In Oklahoma, where oil has been king for over a century, inventor Troy Reed has been busy in his shop constructing rotating magnetic motors that he believes will suit.
Troy Reed. Now, in the alternative news, knowledge, conspiracy theory, whatever you want to call it, that's a heavyweight name. And you're about to see why.
Revolutionize how we get around.
And it does work. This is a new prototype of the magnetic motor, and if I can explain a little bit about what you call a magnetic field. All magnets, the big old wooden prototype, has a system. As the motor went over, it had a tension to jerk over like that. If you take this motor here and you take your finger and rotate it, it doesn't have that jerking in it. So what I've done, I got rid of the crankshaft. I've got rid of the injectors. And the system in this motor here, as you crank this motor up, and like you do the other one, the motor will start running, and what I'll do, I'll energize it on this motor here. If you can see
what
the amp gauges over here, this will come, when we get it up to about 150 volts, we'll unplug it and we'll turn the light on. If you turn this around where you can see this side here, all the working parts.
All right, hold on. I got to say something, right? Because I can't just record myself watching this video, even though it's that captivating. But Electric Universe. Come on now. Electromagnetic energy. That's what magnets are. That's what everything is. You're attracted to something, you're disgusted by something. If you're attracted to something, you're pulled to it. That's electromagnetic energy. That's attraction. That's love. If you're unattracted to something, it's repulsive to you. You want to, you can't get away from it fast enough. That's the same, that's electromagnetic energy right there. That's how it works. That's how it all works. That's what I believe gravity is too, to some extent. But I'm not going to get into that because then that can lead into flat earth tangents, and that's a
is behind this system thing. Here operates from a little computer. Takes this 5 volts. It's 150 volts. What we're going to do, turn off all the switches. Make sure there ain't nothing plugged into it. There's the plug. There's your 110 volts. Motor still running.
Regardless if you think, well, I'll speak for myself, because I don't think that thing's very powerful, because, not that you know. I don't think that this is very powerful, but what it is a proof of concept. So that's not going to replace a Hemi, that little thing on the desk, but you put that technology and that concept and this here proof of concept into the hands of the right engineers and the people that take things previously constructed and presented things, and they tweak them and they tune them and they take them to the stratosphere. Ain't no telling what they could have did with that. You started with your finger, you just amp it with some energy, because either way you need to amp up a gas car with a with a battery. That's what cranks it up. But then once it gets going, you feed it the fuel, and then there's an alternator that charges the battery. So it's like a system. But you do need that initial crank that comes from a foreign source. This right here, you just go up to like the front of your car, and then it's ready to rock. I don't know.
You can operate this table plumb around. Still got energy running. Nothing tied up in the back of it. Nothing on the floor. Rotate around, still running electricity. So we're hoping this time next year that you'll be able to use it in your home.
Dog, that's my wood shop teacher. That's my math teacher. That's funny. Imagine this really was your teacher, and he just did this on the side. And he said, "Hey, by the way, guys."
So
And then you find out we're going to war about oil.
This, you're talking about electric automobiles. This right here can sit in the back of an electric automobile and generate electricity and charge batteries up in a car.
Of course, it's a GL.
Beautiful automobile. You can drive it anywhere you want to. You don't pollute the air. All the other electric automobiles that I've actually seen has been nothing but this standard transmission. This is an automatic transmission car. There's not a whole lot of what you call junk, I would call, under cars. I've seen a lot of electric cars that had a lot of stuff in it. Only thing that this has a battery to run the radio, the blower. We've got 2 safety switches over here that can be mounted.
So they had the Tesla back in the late 80s, early 90s in the GL?
With the technology. It's a safety switch system. This is a controller box, a Curtis control box.
Ain't nothing new under the sun.
It cuts the amperage down. So with the amperage, here's what's really good about electric automobiles. All electric automobiles that have surge technology with this in it, they create heat. They've got to have a fan to blow this Curtis controller off because it gets hot. We don't want that to get hot. We want to stay that cold, because once it stays cold, you save on all the computer chips that's in this controller. So that means you can go farther, longer, and you don't have no problems.
You don't have no problems. That's hard. That's hard.
This electric automobile has got 2 gauges in front of the shifter on the automatic transmission. It's called the voltage and the amperage. That's what I was talking about earlier about amperage on automobiles.
That word's funny to me.
Let's see if we can't get the amperage to go down instead of going up.
Amperage.
The voltage on this here should say somewhere around 120 volts. When we start out, there's no amperage at all. So the gauges is down below here, and we're getting ready to take and go drive the car. And you can see that's what I like about an electric car. If you floorboard the car, the most it will do would just be about maybe 100 amps. And that's what we want to do, is to keep the amperage down on an electric car.
That's
so
how
it'll
much
go
it's
anywhere, really anybody wants to go. If you want to take a trip, you don't have to worry about it going to go plug in the house, because it's called the Surge technology. It's a beautiful automobile, and I love it. And I've put a lot of hard work in this car, and we're going to make it. No oil, no gas to fool with.
He said no plugging it in. So there's no lithium batteries. So they know that they can make electric cars in 2023 that can, according to this man, go anywhere. And he made that himself to some degree. Well, at the very least, he didn't have a factory. And he's saying that they don't need a battery or nothing to charge, because it has what kind of energy?
And I love it, and I've put a lot of hard work in this car. Is to keep the amperage. Really, anybody wants to go. If you want to take a trip, you don't have to worry about it going to go plug in the house, because it's called the Surge technology.
Surge technology.
It's a beautiful automobile, and I love it.
So, I ain't gonna. This video is long enough now. But essentially, what I just got from this is that the powers that be know that they can create these same things without tearing up the earth. But they want to tear up the earth for some other reason. Because if this man can just do it and record himself doing it, that means it's less cost effective than tearing up the whole earth. Shipping all the cobalt from one country to another country to be refined, and then they having it going up. Come on.